Okay, guys. So we're here to do the wrestling report. I've been trying to do all my research and get ready for this video. There's just been so much stuff going on, honestly, the last few weeks. And I'm gonna move my camera. Hang on, so you can see me better. There we go. Okay, so first and foremost, the major news, honestly, is um, there's three major stories we're going to be talking about. First and foremost is with Impact Wrestling. They informed Allie, uh, basically, they are not moving forward with her contract. What they're actually doing is moving on from Allie and signing more independent talent for the Knockouts division. Um, I think this is actually a horrible decision for Impact, honestly, because the Allie and Rosemary rivalry was just starting to get really good. And then you completely scrap it and basically inform Allie at the beginning of March that, hey, we're not re-signing your deal. You can go to any company that you want to. Shortly after that, about 2 weeks ago, Allie basically said, okay, well, if you're not going to resign me, um, then I'm going to be looking at other options, which she did. She already signed a new contract with AEW. So now AEW has Brandy Rhodes, Summer Rae from WWE, and Allie, who was a top knockout star for Impact Wrestling, on their roster now. So their women's division is actually going to be fairly decent, plus the talent that they've already signed independent. So I'm not quite understanding Impact's view on this at all. Um, Now, yes, they have Tessa Blanchard, they have Scarlett Bortux, they have talent still there, but at the same time, and Rosemary and Sue Young also, but still, why would you allow a top talent like Allie, who's been in the company for what, 4 years, 5 years, and helped build the Knockouts division after Gail Kim retired, and have her just cut from the roster and not even acknowledge having a structured deal to bring her back? That's what I can't figure out. But we'll move on from that. I think that's a really bad decision by Impact, honestly, because, again, a top talent you're just letting walk and go to another company. Um, the rivalry between Brian Cage and Johnny Impact has been heating up. I think that Impact's doing a pretty good job with that. Um, the X Division is getting much better as well, being that you're bringing in Ace Austin, some of the other talent that was in other companies. You're giving them opportunities to compete against Rich Swann and other talents like that. That I'm perfectly okay with. Um, this pairing with Eli Drake and Eddie Edwards, from what I'm seeing, it's working. But again, down the road, they're probably going to end up wrestling each other at some major pay-per-view. I don't see that tag team winning any championships. I think it's just those guys are just paired up to basically, defeat their rivals right now. Um, Other than that, Impact right now going forward, I think that they're doing the best that they can considering, the talent that they've got and who are under contract. OVE, honestly, is one of their best factions that they have. I really enjoy them. I think they're entertaining. Um, but we'll move on from that. So New Japan announced their World Cup title tournament. Um, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like it might be decent. Again, I don't really watch a whole lot of New Japan anymore. I'm not really sure who any of the people are in the tournament. Um, I think Koto Ibushi is in it, but I don't recognize any of the other people in it. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, once I actually watch it, maybe I'll learn some of the people, who they are and stuff, but I don't really recognize too many of the people in the tournament. Um, Ring of Honor is building towards this huge show in Madison Square Garden. Again, Bully Ray open challenge. We have yet to hear anything about who's accepting it. So yeah, it really depends on what direction that they're gonna go. I know the Briscoes are supposed to be wrestling in a tag team match at that event. Um, Not really hearing too much about their women's division right now. I don't know who's even under contract right now. Um, Again, I feel like they're just getting by with some of the talent that they have, and I really feel like other companies are taking advantage of people that they're letting go, and signing them up. So we'll move on to WWE. Um, I've been pretty honestly impressed so far with the programming. Um, I liked the McMahon versus Kofi Kingston angle. I think that that's going over with the fans very well. And I want to reassure the fans that yes, Kofi Kingston is going to be getting that opportunity at WrestleMania. I don't see anything happening other than that occurring, because look at how long the angle has been going on now, for several weeks. I just don't see Kofi not getting that opportunity against Daniel Bryan. I mean, we've only seen Kevin Owens maybe like 3 or 4 times on SmackDown. We haven't even seen him the last 2 weeks, I believe. Um, WrestleMania, honestly, I think this year is going to be much different. I'm hearing up to 14 to 15 matches they want. Originally, it was supposed to be 17. Alexa Bliss is going to be hosting WrestleMania. That was confirmed. WrestleMania weekend, I'm hearing Hogan um, is going to be at some of the events. Just Stone Cold Steve Austin, the New Age Outlaws, Triple H, Mick Foley. A lot of the older wrestlers are going to be coming back and being involved in WrestleMania Access this year. Okay, the Bellas have officially announced their retirement. Both of them are retiring from in-ring competition. I'm not sure what that exactly means. All I know is that they've been taken off the main roster. They're no longer competing for the company. It sounds like they might be doing some advertisements for other promotions, I guess, like other companies that might be interested in promoting, like maybe workout videos, training videos, clothing lines, more stuff that involves like promoting the Bella Twin name, I guess. That's what you can say, I guess. But they are no longer active wrestlers on the WWE wrestling roster. They officially announced their retirement this week. I would not be surprised if they were not inducted into the Hall of Fame next year, being that they were involved in the company for all this time, plus all the things that they've done outside of the company for them. NXT, this week we finally found out the two competitors which are going to be competing for the NXT Championship. It is going to be Johnny Wrestling versus Adam Cole. I think that is going to be an amazing match, 2 out of 3 falls. I really am looking forward to that match. I think that's going to steal the show. The women's match should be really interesting. It's a three-way match. Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, and Shayna Baszler. I think Bianca Belair actually is going to be involved in that match, but I think she's going to be added later on before the pay-per-view. That's what I'm hearing. As we can tell right now, a lot of the wrestlers that have recently gained their release from the company should be able to compete for other promotions. Um, so like Ty Dillinger, he's going to be officially a free agent. Uh, and then actually TJ TJP is going to be an officially a free agent as well after the 60-day clause is over. Um, and the cruiserweight division right now, honestly, on 205 Live has been much better now that they've let those. TJP was just sitting there. He wasn't really doing a whole lot. Yes, he was in the tournament, but he might be better on the indies. Shane Strickland officially signed his deal. He's going to be reporting to the Performance Center. He's going to be trained soon, so he'll be on NXT very soon. Robbie E., the former Impact Wrestling X Division champion, will be signed and is going to be on Impact. I'm sorry, not Impact, but NXT promotions going forward. I guess he's going to be a general manager or a manager for a talent. That's what I'm hearing. Again, with Tommaso Ciampa out, they're really trying to evaluate the talent that they have there right now. Plus, they're signing these other guys. They're looking at some other people from MLW and a few other promotions right now as well. Hector Garza Jr. has also been signed as well. He worked Impact Wrestling for many years. He's a really good talent as well. He was part of their tag team division. That should be interesting. AEW is trying to get the Lucha Bros into a private contract so that there's going to be exclusive to only AEW. And that's the other thing I want to talk about real fast too. AEW is really pushing the bar here. Jim Ross is officially going to be a free agent, so they're negotiating and talking to him about being a broadcaster for them when the promotion starts TV taping. I think that actually that's not a terrible thing. I think that gives him more opportunity. WWE was not really using him that much, and I think that will give him stability going forward in his wrestling announcing career. He's also said that he's interested in possibly doing some, college football games or baseball games, being an announcer for those. I say he should be able to do what he wants. He's been around in the business for eons. So I actually commend him for that. I think that he's trying to branch off and do more. Let me think here. Show-wise, I think that the shows have been pretty good the last few weeks. I really enjoy that they're finally having a storyline for WrestleMania. They have matches actually booked. I like that they're bringing back some of the older people, to be involved in WrestleMania Access. I think that WWE is doing the right thing this year. And I'm hearing about a short-term deal with Undertaker to where he's allowed to work certain WWE events and still be able to do the indie circle as well. It was announced on social media last week that he's still doing a show for AEW, but he's also going to be doing the Saudi Arabia show at the end of April. So it sounds like Vince and him finally met and came to an agreement on something here. Let me think here. Michael Cole and Renee Young are going to be hosting the Hall of Fame this year. So that's something completely different that we normally don't see. And I'm hearing that John Cena is actually going to be at WrestleMania. So I'm not sure if he's competing, if he's not competing. We don't really have anything on that right now. All we know is that he's supposed to be showing up. I would not be surprised if he didn't show up during Elias's performance at WrestleMania and maybe, attacked him or did like a funny sketch or something. That could be kind of interesting. Um, and Gallows and Anderson, I guess, have already basically said that they're leaving. They're not coming back to the Performance Center. It sounds like they're signing with AEW. Um, so Kurt Angle's last match, I guess, is going to be against Baron Corbin. That's what I'm reading right here. Um, yeah. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that's a good idea by the promotion? Do you think that's a bad idea? I would have liked to see him wrestle somebody a little bit more established, honestly. Um, I would have rather seen him wrestle like a Bobby Lashley or somebody, who actually would have been a much better choice. But again, it's WWE, so we don't really understand what the deal is with their thinking. But so that's the wrestling report. Impact, I'm not really sure what you're doing with your Knockouts division. Letting Allie go to another promotion, boy, that's not really smart. But hey, whatever. So